Everybody, find out how thousands of Americans living abroad got vital disaster relief stimulus checks, because you were wondering, did they get checks? Well, I'm going to break that down for you. And inflation, who's to blame? Why President Biden believes stimulus checks could be partially to blame for inflation. You needed a culprit, right? And the great news from one state, reallocating stimulus funds to help out deserving veterans and other worthy Americans, hopefully you're one of them, in need of disaster relief benefits. After this, hey everybody, it's Andrew Cartwright. Hope you're having a thankful, thirsty Thursday. It's Veterans Day today. Are you a veteran? Thank you guys for honoring our country and standing up for us and serving us. Appreciate your service. Hey everybody, it's today is your daily stimulus check, second stimulus check, third stimulus check, fourth stimulus check, executive action, executive order, and stimulus package update for Thursday, November 11th, 2021. And if you're in California, you got a fifth stimulus check. My goal in these videos is to give you the best information to access government and private money for yourself, your loved one, and also your business. So make sure, if you want to win $2,000, if you're interested, join the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, like and comment in the video. We're going to pick a random comment when we hit 200,000 subscribers, which we're so close, and we're going to launch out $2,000, hopefully to you. Also, check out my real estate program. It's only $99. I'm not trying to sell it. I'm really sharing the information. And it's a $10,000 course, $99, how to buy, when to buy, market cycles, and even how to not even use your own credit to get a loan. It's the magic I use to create all the wealth in my life. I want you to have it. It's more like sharing it with you. It's only $99 for a $10,000 course. And it's 36 videos. So make sure you check it out. Also, stay tuned to this channel. If you want personal finance, real estate, stock market, crypto, other investments, loans, things to help you with your money, generate money, and save you lots of money, stay tuned. And thanks to my Patreons who support the channel for $3 a month, 20 articles a month, and also a look under the hood and a copy of my book. But first, according to the federal data, thousands of Americans that live abroad received upward of 3 stimulus checks over the course of the pandemic. According to the IRS data, quote, the IRS issued more than 3.7 million payments worth $5.5 billion to individuals that are outside the 50 states and Washington, D.C., end quote. These stimulus checks were primarily sent to U.S. citizens abroad, military members, which is why we're covering it today, stations overseas, and residents of the U.S. territories such as Puerto Rico and 4 other territories outside of the United States, but still part of our system. Kyle Pamalu, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, explains, quote, they're casting a very broad net, and payments may go to places where people think they didn't really need to go there, but I think the answer is generally yes, end quote. Well, it's true. I mean, we have people overseas that are serving our country, our interest, and actually what's fascinating is these people are probably paid the least. They have some of the lowest payroll. Yeah, they might have housing, they may have a place to stay, but they're not getting rich by any means. According to the U.S. Department of State, roughly 9 million U.S. citizens live overseas. 9 million. And it's great to hear that these Americans were included in the 3 rounds of disaster relief stimulus checks. Since the craziness of the past 21 months, which we've been around for, it impacted the entire globe, not just, the U.S. The virus did not discriminate. It tackled everybody pretty much the same. Meanwhile, President Biden, he made some very interesting comments recently, conceding, not to like somebody being president, that the past 3 rounds of stimulus checks and other disaster relief efforts could be to blame for the highest inflation rate in 30 years. Biden explained, quote, the irony is people have more money now because of the first major piece of legislation I passed. You all got $1,400. You got checks for a whole range of things, end quote. He then continued, quote, it changes people's lives, but what happens if there's nothing to buy and you've got more money to compete for getting goods? It creates a real problem. President Biden also said and I quote again, with more people with money buying products and less products to buy, what happens? The supply chains, the reason. The answer is you guys. But what happens? Prices go up, end quote. Biden also noted and finished by saying, quote, people are feeling it. Did you ever think you'd be paying this much for gas per gallon? In parts of California, they're paying $4.50 a gallon. That's why it's so important that we do everything in our power to stabilize the supply chain, end quote. Now, on a personal note, I'm not political in any way. I hate both sides. The reality is we shut down a lot of our U.S. oil production in the United States. We did that because Democrats want oil overseas. Republicans want oil here. So there is definitely going to be disruption when you change policies. And as a result of that, it goes downhill and you guys, us, end up paying the price. That's politics at its worst. And guess what? Our politicians blame stuff that doesn't make sense at all. That's just my opinion. Right now, we could have oil. There's places in the world where they pull it out of the ground. Literally, you don't even have to process it. Barely. It's ready to go almost with a little bit of processing right in your gas tank. So that's kind of, BS, if you know what I'm talking about, B to the S. I sure hope that we can get the global supply chain under control and stop the excuses, as these raising prices lack, and a forced stimulus check could be a financial burden to Americans across the country if we don't get it by the holiday season. So lots of people need the help. Yes, some people don't. And yes, we have the highest savings rate we have ever had. Why is that a bad thing? Finally, in the great state of Texas, Governor Greg Abbott signed a new stimulus bill, which will allocate nearly $16 billion to awarding the state earlier this year through the Federal American Rescue Plan Act, the ARPA, to help veterans and other deserving Americans in the Lone Star State. He explained, quote, Senate Bill 8 allocated federal funding to support Texans in need, including our veterans, rural communities, small businesses, and frontline workers, end quote. He continued, quote, allocating these federal funds paved the way for more prosperous, brighter future for all Texans. And I want to thank my partners in the legislation for bringing this bill to my desk because he can sign it, right? Abbott can just autograph it and it becomes law. Some highlights of the bill. You're probably wondering, $35 million to upgrade all 9 Texas state veterans homes, $378 million for critical staffing needs of the frontline workers, including recruitment and retention bonuses for nurse facilities, and $95 million to food banks to respond to the pandemic. It's great to see the important disaster relief stimulus funds making a direct impact on the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans, especially as we honor our heroes on Veterans Day. And of course, this money is available in your neck of the woods. It's up to your politicians how they spend this American Rescue Relief money. And guess what? If they don't, the feds will snag it back. And you know how that is. You've dealt with the government. You mess up one thing and they're all ready to take what you got. That's your stimulus check, second stimulus check, your executive action and stimulus package for Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Thank you so much for watching and for making it to the end. Please leave a comment with something that you're thankful for. As Thanksgiving is just a couple of Thursdays away. I'm Andrew Cartwright. Please stay safe out there. Take care. Love you.